Hey, it's Pat. I hope it's good where you are. I'm out in the Chiltern Hills where I live, and the snow is inches and inches deep. You can hear it, yeah? Down here. I was at this spot a little while ago whilst the snow was still coming down, and at that time you simply couldn't see the horizon. And it got me thinking about vision and the way that a limited vision causes us to kind of close in on ourselves and ultimately lose our sense of purpose. When you can see a horizon, it makes a big difference to you physically because you can see what's around you and where you can map a path to the place you want to go. If you can only see a step or two ahead of you, it's difficult to get motivated because that purpose, that longer term meaning to the steps that you're taking is absent. And without that vision, it's very difficult to keep yourself going day by day. So we have a horizon visible today. The horizon is the place where the heavens, the vision, hits the earth, the reality of the day-to-day stuff you've just got to get on with. And it's a great motivator if you have a crystal clear horizon ahead of you. If you can see clearly where you're going, and then you've been able to map how to get there, which is actually your mission, that vision will inspire you and keep you going. If every morning you wake up and that is clearly there on the horizon, that's a great thing to be aiming at. And so let's talk about that horizon, because your vision may not be many years ahead, but it should still be at least a few years ahead. You've got to have some sense that is not just next day, next month, even the next year ahead. You want to have a vision which is a bigger and above and beyond that. Otherwise, it's difficult to root yourself in a sense of what your life is all about if you haven't got that longer term view. And it's pretty essential that you can actually see that distance, because some people may ask you what your life vision is, and that may be a difficult question to answer. I don't actually know my full life vision. Have to admit, even at my age, I still can't see the fullness of what I'm going to be doing before the end of my days on this planet. I've got some inklings. I've got some clear ideas of what that could involve, but I don't know. Things can change massively. Just as when the snow comes down and confuses everybody and everybody's panicking around, and some people are prepared and some people are really not prepared for just a few inches of snow and a freeze afterwards. In the same way, sometimes we go about our lives in this way, is that we don't actually see ultimately where we're heading, and so we're just mashing around with the day-to-day panics of stuff that we've got to get sorted. And we do need to get them sorted, but let's not lose the bigger term view, the longer term view. And so the thing that's become clear to me is that you might not know what your whole life is about. You need to have a sense of your values that don't change or don't change much over time. But that longer term view may just be a horizon to you. And as long as you can see, well, what is your furthest horizon? Well, then that is your vision. You can't see what's beyond the horizon, and actually that's okay. There are times when you can't see out of the rim of the pit that you found yourself in, and for that time, that's okay too. But to motivate you in a bigger way, you really want to be aiming at, what is that clear vision that I've got of future days? What am I all about? What am I here to do ultimately? Even if it seems impossible in this moment, to get that clear vision, something that pulls you out of the day-to-day, is absolutely essential. There was a time when I had to look after my kids day after day after day. I was working minimal hours and spending most of my time looking after them. And during those days, it was absolutely essential that I had that longer term view to keep me sane, because I'm not naturally gifted as a child carer. I can do it for a while, but I can't live there. And so I had to have this daily vision that once all the stuff was done, I could just return to it and say, no, actually what I'm all about is bigger and beyond this, whilst focusing happily on the tasks and dealing with the tasks of the day-to-day stuff that needs doing, like changing nappies and cleaning things up and getting food ready and getting them off to nursery and school when it became that age for them. It was so vital to my sanity. But about your situation right now, whatever your day job is right now, if you've got no day job and you're struggling in one way or another, if you're in a relationship where it's a real struggle, it's great for you to spend that time and to believe, to build up that hope. Hope is actually synonymous with vision. You can't have a hopeless vision. That's called fear. So take some time to begin to look at what it is you really stand for. Take some time to think about what could and should that be in the future. What would I love to do? What would play to my strengths? What am I passionate about? And set that vision before you, and then work out some of the milestones on the way. Your individual steps, that's your mission. That's what you got to get done, and you go about that in your own unique sort of way. But this is a key thing for you to be looking at. The world is beginning to wake up, shake off the snow and the ice this morning. Maybe it's time for you to shake off the snow and ice of your frozen heart, if your heart is not alive and pumping with that vision today. The snow and the temperatures have caused us to change our plans around the Authentic Self Leadership Tribe event for December. But we are moving it to the 19th of December, and we're going to take the whole theme of vision, and we're going to take that and break it down and get practical so that we can begin to see what our own vision encompasses for our personal lives and for the lives of those around us, if you desire impact to be an important part of your purpose on this earth. We're doing it just before Christmas. It sounds crazy, but we wanted to cram in one final session because we think it's essential that you utilize that time. Lots of people celebrate up and party up around Christmas time, and in that kind of downtime period, a lot of places of work are closed, and those that are still open, it's quieter. You have more time to think. And before the new year hits, you've got several days there in which you can look at the sheets that you've completed, look at the worksheets, and review the vision that you have defined for yourself. We're going to be looking at vision and mission, which is going to begin to say, how am I going to go about taking steps towards that? This will give you impetus and clarity for 2018. This will give you impetus and clarity for the year ahead. And it's a wonderful, wonderful exercise. It's simple, but it's really important so that we don't just stumble into the next year and then by the time February and March hits, begin to say, oh my word, the year is going so quickly. What am I doing with my life? This is the time to get that clarity and to begin to establish a fresh sense of purpose, impetus and motivation that will drive you right the way through the year to have your very best year yet. Join us at the Authentic Self Leadership Tribe in the City of London, December the 19th, 6:30 p.m. Get over to meetup.com, look for the Authentic Self Leadership Tribe in London, and you'll find us there. Book a place, join us for what's going to be an enlightening evening of studying your own personal vision for the year to come.